versus Joe Frazier was an epic trilogy. In the first fight, Joe Frazier fought perhaps the best fight of his career, just like Junior Dos Santos did in the first fight with Cain Velasquez.
Big shot! He's a big right hand by Junior Dos Santos! He's trying to finish this fight! It is all over! Junior Dos Santos is the new UFC heavyweight champion of the world!
In the second fight, Muhammad Ali came back and won the decision. And got revenge, just like Cain Velasquez, when he came back and won the title.
By Velasquez. Junior's in a lot of trouble here. He is getting destroyed. A combination of Junior Dos Santos here tonight. Revenge is sweet.
The third fight was perhaps the most brutal fight in the history of the heavyweight division. In beating Joe Frazier in that third and final fight, Ali established himself as the superior fighter. This is, in Cain Velasquez versus Junior Dos Santos, their defining moment. This is for their legacy.
Muhammad Ali won 2. I want to beat this guy. I'm going to be like Muhammad Ali, who beat my opponent twice.
I'm not sure how it'll be remembered, but I am going to come out on top.
Finally, they will settle the score.
This isn't just for the heavyweight championship of the world. This is for history.
UFC heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez takes on the only man to defeat him, former champ Junior Dos Santos. Former Strikeforce Grand Prix champ Daniel Cormier trades haymakers with fan favorite Roy Nelson. And former Strikeforce lightweight champ Gil Melendez starts his run at another title shot against former training partner Diego Sanchez. The countdown to UFC 166 starts now. In October of 2010, Cain Velasquez knocked out Brock Lesnar to take the UFC heavyweight title.
Everybody waits for that moment to be the champion, and I wasn't going to let that moment slip away.
But in his first title defense, Cain relinquished the belt to Junior Dos Santos.
Big right hand by Junior Dos Santos. He's trying to finish this fight.
My first fight with Cain changed my life a lot. The opportunities that I was having after that fight, because I was the champion, you know, of the world.
A year later, Cain won it back.
Slams him down, manhandling him. The new
There was something missing in my life, you know, and that was a belt. Now that I have it, I want to hold on to it as long as I can, because this is where I want to be. I believe Junior is feeling the same way that I felt when I lost the belt. I still know what that feeling is like, and I don't want that feeling back again.
My last fight with Cain Velasquez was hard for me, it was tough for me. But I knew sooner or late we should fight again. I think everybody's gonna see who is the real #1, who is the real champion.
Victories at UFC 160 by the champ and the top contender set up another reunion.
Third time around with Cain and Dos Santos, it's going to be a really tough fight. It's going to come down to crucial errors. Who's going to mess up first?
The one thing I have to prevent Dos Santos from doing is to not let him get too comfortable on his feet. The moment he gets really comfortable, he settles, that's when he's the most dangerous.
I'm more powerful than Cain Velasquez. When I hit people, they go down. He already tasted, and I want to show him this part of me again.
If this was just a boxing match, the fight would be a lot tougher, but it's not. I'm not just boxing with him. I'm trying to throw everything at him. When he thinks I'm going to box with him, that's when I'm going to wrestle with him. When he thinks I'm going to wrestle with him, then that's when I'm going to kickbox with him.
I have heavy hands, but I don't have just heavy hands. I have a lot of good things, you know, to be a fighter. I want to show him all these things.
Junior Dos Santos with the takedown.
I think the third fight is too fast for Junior. He didn't have the time to make the adjustments that he will need in order to win this fight. I think Cain's going to finish him this time.
Cardio, Cain Velasquez.
Freaking superhuman cardio.
He got a good stamina, but he can't take a very hard punch. As soon as I land a good punch on him, he's going to feel it.
Cain does not have a weak chin. Everybody can go down, you know, and but he does not have, by any means, you know, a weak chin.
He got tested in that second fight. Dos Santos hit me with some clean shots.
Nice uppercut there by Dos Santos.
So if that's my weakest and I took a lot of his shots in that second fight, you know, that's kind of a compliment. He is the only guy to ever beat me. He beat me once and that's it. That's all he's getting.
It was good to be the first guy to beat him. And now I think it's going to be even better to be the second guy to beat him again.
On the June 4th conference call promoting his UFC 161 fight, heavyweight Roy Nelson took a shot at Daniel Cormier.
When the UFC calls you, you just kind of step up and you say yes. I think I got offered Daniel Cormier, and I think he turned it down.
DC's never turned on a fight with anybody. The only reason why he wasn't able to take that fight at that time it was offered, because he was injured.
I messed up my hand against Frank. I couldn't make a fist until, you know, probably end of July.
When Daniel heard this, he called me up right away, said, I want Roy Nelson. I want to, quote, kick his ass, and not only that, I want to kick his ass for Dana White.
Him and Dana always go back and forth.
Oh, he's a pain in the ass. I butt heads with this guy nonstop. You know, he's a pain in the ass. I mean, it's the only way I can explain the guy.
You just got to remember, mine and Dana White's relationship, it's like we're a husband and wife. I do the man stuff around the house. I do the fighting, and he does the woman stuff, a lot of yapping.
So I was like, hey, you can't do it. Let me do it for you. Roy didn't like that very much.
He wants to kick my ass for Dana White means he doesn't want to do it on his own. He wants to do it for somebody else.
You know, having a lot of black friends, they would say that would be more of an Uncle Tom move.
Really?
That's what my friends were saying, and that's what, you know, I was just like, wow. And hey, it is what it is. I mean, you got to do what you can do for the boss, you know.
I don't know if you know what an Uncle Tom is. It's a guy that's a black guy that's overly obedient to the white person or his white boss or whatever it is. It offended a lot of people. When you start saying stuff like that, you can alienate a lot of people. You know, I've dealt with a ton of stuff in my life, and stuff like that doesn't really get to me anymore. You can call me whatever you want, but at the end of the day, you'll respect me for what I can do. I drew up a contract to fight Roy Nelson. He was in negotiations with the UFC. It was taking a little longer than I wanted it to, so I drew up a little contract. And I put it on the internet. It just caught like wildfire. And he actually signed it.
I'll sign a battle agreement with you. It doesn't matter. If you want to fight for money, I'll fight you for, you know, whatever in your pocket.
About 3-4 days later, he had re-signed with the UFC, and we had our fight bout agreements in hand. It's a fight where it needs to happen because of all the personal things outside of the cage. We've had a disagreement. We have to settle it in the octagon.
The biggest difference for me on the Roy Nelson and DC fight is going to be the athletic ability and the speed. DC has more tools in his belt than Roy does.
Cormier hits extremely hard with a lot of speed and power.
I see DC being better everywhere, being quicker than Roy.
It's the quickness, man. It's the quickness.
And the left hand.
Being harder hitter.
Oh, vicious shot to the body by Cormier.
Being better defensively, even on the ground.
Cormier takes him to the mat.
And now in the full mount, dropping the lefts to the rights.
I'm going to be more agile. I'm going to be faster. I think you're going to see him plodding forward and me just moving around, popping.
And now he continues to dish out the punishment along the fence.
If he tries to put me up against the cage, it's just to buy time. It's to, you know, not get punched. It's about playing the game. It's not about fighting. It's about, you know, kissing and hugging.
He has power, man. Roy Nelson has a ton of power. So even if you're beating him up, he can hit you with one punch and knock you out.
Me and Junior Dos Santos are probably the only ones that actually have one punch knockout power.
Big country by knockout.
If I can punch him in his face and knock him out, that's great.
Big country, man. That dude's got some serious power.
But if I can't, and I take it down, beat him up from there, that's great too.
Big country will crush you in this position. He's so good.
He can't score a takedown on me. I mean, come on. Are you crazy?
And Silva going for the takedown. Sprawl by Cormier.
I'm not getting taken down. And if we fight on the ground, it's going to be because I took him down.
Matadors, he avoided the rushing bull. Barnett, now the high cross. And a slam takedown by Cormier.
As long as we come to fight, I really don't care. I just don't want to be hugged. I don't want to be kissed and loved. We're in a fight business, so I want to fight.
He's one of the most talented guys in the heavyweight division. A serious black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with power in his hands.
He has to go in that cage October 19th knowing that he can back up everything he said and he can beat me, which is something nobody has proven they can do yet.
Daniel Cormier didn't begin training MMA until he was 30 years old. But he's no stranger to world-class competition.
I was on the Olympic wrestling team in 2004 and 2008. I was top 5 in the world 4 times. I got a bronze medal at the World Championships in 2007. I had some friends that were fighting, and they were kind of all in my ear, like, you could be good at this, you can be good at this. The reason I chose to train at AKA was because of the like-mindedness of all of the guys. I love that Cain trained so hard as a heavyweight. I love that Koscheck trained so hard. I was like, these guys look like they know what it takes to be the best. My very first fight, the guy was a wrestler and he was getting tired, so he shot on me.
He lands an overhand right, and it's Frazier going for the first takedown. Now Cormier, top position on Frazier.
I somehow got my hooks in on him from behind and just started punching him on the side of the head.
And Frazier right now looks like the proverbial fish out of water. The referee stops the fight.
The referee pulled me off of him and I just started celebrating.
I'll tell you what's up. Your hand is about to be up in your professional MMA debut.
It was the most amazing feeling in the world.
Was that exciting or what?
My second fight, I don't even remember hitting the guy. We got into like a situation where we were just swinging punches, and I remember just kind of doing this deal, and I swung, and all of a sudden when I tried to throw a follow-up punch, he was gone. Boom! I didn't feel nothing. I didn't hear nothing. He just was gone. At one point in 2010, I fought 3 times in a month.
And now he's dropping the lefts and the rights. Daniel Cormier.
I got through it, and it really did help me in terms of my improvement and everything else.
Bring it on, come on.
I realized that I was starting to get to the elite level when I beat Jeff Munson.
Danny Cormier, very relaxed. Left hook, right hand. Nice, beautiful shot.
He had fought 60 times, and I had like 7 fights.
Oh, another left hook, and that staggers Munson. Oh, straight right hand again. What a performance by Daniel Cormier.
After just 8 fights, all wins, Daniel took on Bigfoot Silva in the Strikeforce Grand Prix semifinals.
When I fought Bigfoot Silva, he had just beat Fedor, and he was big, and I was supposed to get mauled.
Go, gentlemen.
If you look at us next to each other, I was really supposed to get mauled, and we started fighting. And I felt like I was supposed to be there.
What a sweep by Cormier.
This kid is sick.
Unbelievable. A minute 11 left in the first. The jab from Cormier. Oh, God. Down goes Silva. Cormier has done it. Daniel Cormier has done it.
The final fight against Josh Barnett, that was the fight I was waiting for. You know, I was like, man, when am I going to get to be in a dogfight? And I knew Josh Barnett would bring that to me.
Boy, no feeling up protest. These guys are going right at it.
He kneed me in the face in the very first round, cut me open on both sides of my eye, and then I beat him up.
Right hand kick by Cormier, hurts Barnett, and Cormier now beginning to go in for that kill. Now the high cross, and a slam takedown by Cormier. Wow!
Now I know it doesn't matter who's standing across the cage from me. I can get through just about anything.
Daniel Cormier.
We destroyed Bigfoot, you know, and then he destroyed Josh Barnett. DC, you know, since he's been fighting, has never lost a round.
Forget about the wrestling, my man. You're a full-fledged mixed martial artist.
I just believe that it's my time to be at the top of the sport.
Opportunity knocks, but the door opens both ways.
Just like that.
The opportunity is, you know, simple. You beat number 2, then you fight for the championship. So I like that opportunity.
Big country by knockout.
And I can't let the opportunity pass me by. It means too much to me to lose this fight.
I run a few times a week. About a 3-mile run right there out in the bay. Beautiful run. San Francisco's a great place to run, so.
The run, it's a spiritual, mind, mental, body, spirit journey. It heals, and I think heals relates the most to a fight because a fight is ups and downs.
Sometimes when I get tired, I take it to the 3rd round or the last round of my fight and visualize me standing toe-to-toe and dig deep there and think about good form.
1-2 combination by the champion connects. I'm the #1 lightweight in the world, baby.
I'm praying, I'm talking to God, I'm thinking about what I need to be thinking about.
Push yourself, D. Let's go.
Legs and lungs and heart is what will get you through a hard fight.
Diego Sanchez and I have history. I've always known who he was. You know, we're both Mexican guys in the fighter, and, you know, you always got to, you know, represent the raza a little bit, so I'm down with that.
Me and Gil go back. When I lived in San Diego, Gil would come down and train with me. There was times he'd be sleeping on my couch, hanging out with me, and we'd go to the gym, and we would put rounds in.
Diego's a high-intensity guy. I'm a high-intensity guy, so what I remember best about us training together was like 2 bulls in a cage, you know, and going at it.
No matter what type of training we were doing, something special would happen every round. Something very special would happen, and that would be me and him bringing out the best in each other.
I knew our paths would cross again.
It's a dogfight right here. It certainly is. What a brawl. This is what Gilbert Melendez is all about.
Gilbert's tough, man. Gilbert has heart, he has a great chin, and he has great conditioning. I possess all those three assets the same.
I think Diego knows he's not going to have much choice but to strike it out with me. He ain't taking me down.
And there, now he catches the kick. Has come to the trouble, swats him.
He ain't holding me down. I think he knows that already, and he's going to have to bang it out with me. Bring whatever you got.
This fight is going to be something special. It's going to come down to who wants it more.
Diego has an incredible belief in himself. Diego rises far above his physical abilities just with his mind.
There's a lot at stake for me in this fight. Definitely my career, my legacy, who I am to this organization and this company, what my value as a fighter is, and just me as a warrior.
The intensity of Diego Sanchez is something that's very hard for people to deal with.
I'm going to be at my best for this one.
Melendez picks him up and drops him.
I'm just going to whip his butt and just show everyone there.
Gilbert Melendez.